What's going on, guys? Joe is Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. On today's video, I'm going to give you a tour of my man cave. Stay tuned. All right, so first off, let me give you a quick glance of my garage. And I've been working on this man cave for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months now. And this is what I've got so far. I've taken about 3/4 of my garage and have put up some memorabilia stuff on the walls. Got a TV, got some recliners, got a treadmill, got some old license plates here. But I do want to show you some of the cool autographs that I have. Stay tuned.
Add it up.
All right, let's get started on the wall. As you're driving into the garage, if you were driving into my garage, this is what you would see. I've got some old license plates. These are license plates that came off of vehicles that I used to own, some that I still own. But the I'm Fast, that was from my 2011 SS Camaro that I supercharged and built up pretty good. That's when I lived in Arizona. The One Bad RT, that was for a 2008 Dodge Charger that I supercharged and used to race as well. And you can see the license plate on the top right from Arizona. I just copied the one from Texas and it was available, so I used it. Again, something cool to do with some old license plates. Stay tuned. All right, so let's move down the wall here. I've got some cool cowboy stuff. I've got a picture frame of a couple of Labrador Retrievers, and I do have a Labrador Retriever. He's a chocolate lab, and I just really like that picture, so that's in my man cave. That frame right there is the man, the myth, the legend, Emmitt Smith. That is an autographed picture frame from him. It looks like he was running over a Giants player, which is beautiful to see. And I think every man cave needs a popcorn machine, so got myself a little popcorn machine right there, as you can see, and it's got some fresh popcorn. All right, so now we're on the right side of my man cave, which is where my TV's at. There's a nice autographed picture from Deion Sanders himself. This picture frame right here is Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran. That is not the infamous No Mas fight. In fact, this fight right here, Roberto Duran actually beat Sugar Ray Leonard, and then they had a rematch, and that's when Sugar Ray Leonard really beat the tar out of Roberto Duran, enough to where he threw in the towel and said no mas. All right, moving on down the line. This picture frame is also autographed by Daryl Johnston, the Moose Johnston, and he got that nickname because, I mean, look at the size of this guy. And there's a giant player there on his gut after Moose ran him over. Again, he was a savage player back in the day as well. All right, next up, that's a cool little helmet that my daughter and I put together. That's 1,400 little Lego pieces, and it took us about 5 days to complete that. And I would highly recommend that you guys order that helmet. Whatever your NFL team is, it's a fun little project to do. I do need to get a case for it because I'm afraid that if it falls and breaks, it's gonna stay broken because that thing is extremely difficult to do, but it's fun at the same time. So this picture over here to the right, that is my absolute favorite picture. That's my daughter's track picture from last year. Let me zoom out so you guys can see that Dallas Cowboy helmet right there. So that is an official on-field helmet that is autographed by the triplets, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, and Troy Aikman. It's one of my most expensive pieces. All right, so this is one of 2 display cases that I have. I'll kind of go down the line here. Over here, this boxing glove, that is the Irish Mickey Ward boxing glove, and that is autographed as well. I've got a football from Tony Dorsett, and it does say 12,739 yards. Again, that was a savage player back in the day. I've got Michael Irvin over here on the far right. That's his autographed football. Actually, it's my autographed football, but he autographed it. I do have a Tommy Lasorda autographed baseball. Not sure if you guys can see that on the screen, but it's that white ball in that black case. I've got an autographed Emmitt Smith football right there. And then this football is signed by Roger Staubach. Okay, the football on the right below the Michael Irvin one, the second one there. Those trunks right there on the bottom, those are autographed boxing trunks from Michael Moore. Again, that was a savage boxer back in the day. And then this jersey right here is autographed by Bobby Richardson that played for the New York Yankees, and he won the MVP back in the 1960s game. The Yankees actually lost that game, but believe it or not, they gave the MVP to Bobby Richardson. That's when the rules were a little bit different, and times have changed. Now I think the MVP has to come from the winning team. All right, here's another boxing autograph that I have. That one is signed by Thomas Hearns, or Tommy Hearns, and Sugar Ray Leonard. That boxing match is kind of iconic as well. back in the day when these guys fought. This match ended up in a tie, and Sugar Ray Leonard was, I think, the more popular boxer back then. He had a winning record, so I think that the judges, at the end of the fight, the judges voted with their hearts and not their brains, if you will, because Thomas Hearns actually landed more punches and threw a lot more punches than Sugar Ray Leonard, and that was a really good fight. I think Sugar Ray Leonard should have lost that match, but they called it a draw. All right, here's an autographed jersey from Leighton Vander Esch. Not sure if he's going to come back. I know he had some surgery in the offseason, some neck surgery at that. And this guy is a savage player as well. He's a good, strong linebacker. We definitely need him on our team, but that is an autographed jersey. Big old frame, you know, it takes up a good portion of my wall, but I definitely wanted that jersey, and there it is on my wall. All right, before I go any further, every man cave needs a good beer fridge. And this is the one that I have. I've had this one about a month. I have another one in the house that I bought from one of the big box stores, and it just never really kept my beers ice cold the way I like them. This is a New Air refrigerator. It is a double pane glass window, and it looks good and it works really, really well. It keeps the beers nice and cold. In fact, if you guys are looking for a beer fridge, I would highly recommend this one from New Air. I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below, and if you click on that, take a look at that fridge, and I believe you get a small discount as well. Take a look at that. Again, this is Savage. In fact, before we continue this tour, I'm gonna grab me an ice cold cerveza. Look at that, it's even got a nice light in there. Lone Star beer. Oh yeah. Let's continue with the tour. All right, that picture frame that you see in the back, that is Troy Aikman. That is an autographed picture of Troy Aikman. One thing that I really like about this frame is that you have Emmitt Smith to the left of him. Not only did he run the ball, but he protected his quarterback like nobody's business. I mean, if somebody came in, they were going to get hit by Emmitt Smith. And if you know Emmitt Smith, he definitely packed a wall. All right, next up, I've got an autographed football helmet. This one is autographed by Amari Cooper, and I do have them in a nice display case. I actually bought that display case at Hobby Lobby, so if you guys are collecting helmets and stuff like that, they have some really nice display cases. This football helmet right here is autographed by Ezekiel Elliott, and I also have that in a similar display case. All right, so here's the second display case that I've got in my garage. That first football right there that you see on the top left, that one is signed by 3 NASCAR drivers. I'll tell you the story about that one. You know, those of you guys know I do work for O'Reilly Auto Parts, and our managers conference is in Dallas, Texas. Being in Dallas, I figured, hey, there might be a Dallas Cowboy football player there. I want to take a football with me and get his autograph, but I was wrong. But there were 3 NASCAR drivers there, and I'm a NASCAR fan, okay? So that one is signed by Ryan Newman, Rusty Wallace, and Clint Boyer. So that is the only football in the world that is signed by those 3 drivers, and I've got it, okay? So don't give me any beef on that one. This middle one, that one's got a story as well. That one is autographed by Tiki Barber. Again, it was our managers conference, hoping there might be a Dallas Cowboy football player there, and I was wrong. But you know what? Tiki Barber was there, and Tiki Barber was a Giants player, okay? And I said, well, he's the only one here. I'm just gonna have him sign it, and he signed it for me. This jersey right here, that is Randall Cobb's jersey. Unfortunately, he's not a Dallas Cowboy anymore, but I do have his jersey. Add it up. All right, next up is this football right here. This one is also signed by Tiki Barber. This was the second year in Dallas, and Tiki Barber was there, but this time he went all out on this football for me. He actually autographed it. He put 3-time Pro Bowl. He put 10,449 rushing yards, which is the Giants all-time record, okay? And when a football player does something like that to a football, that just increases the value other than just having his autograph like this one right here, okay? This boxing glove is signed by Iran Barkley. And again, he was a boxer back in the day, and he was a really solid boxer as well. This jersey down here, number 89, not sure if you guys can make that. That is Blake Jarwin's jersey. And again, that is also autographed. All right, so here's the seating arrangement in my garage. If you notice, there's 3 recliners, okay? The middle one is mine. This one right here is my buddy Bob's, the one closest to you guys. And the one furthest back there belongs to my buddy Jeff. And because of this whole Corona thing, my daughter and my wife have been enjoying the man cave, but this is a man cave. And these recliners do belong to my buddies. That table that you see in the back there, I built that table. I do have a couple of stools behind that one. And I plan to get more recliners, so I'm gonna have to spread this out kind of like a horseshoe, if you will. So I'll put another recliner here, kind of start horseshoeing it out, and then put another recliner here on this edge. Again, this is just 3/4 of my garage. I eventually plan to change my entire garage over. I do have some things that I can move to my shed, but right now, again, I don't want to show you all the junk that I have. I got a couple of deep freezes, a refrigerator, and a lot of utensils and stuff that I use for cooking, my toolbox that I still need to get out of my man cave. By the way, I do have a air conditioner in my garage, so it's nice and cozy in here. And I did insulate my garage door. Not sure if you guys saw that on the first clip, but I did insulate my garage door. Helps keep the garage cool in the summer and warm in the winter. And it's also soundproof. Okay, so if you have a garage door, they do sell insulation, so you can kind of insulate the garage door, keep your garage nice and cozy if you do convert it to a man cave. Hope you guys like this video. Again, I wanted to show you a little bit of where I kind of kick back and where I edit my videos, where I watch football. Little change from cooking barbecue, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're not a Dallas Cowboy fan, don't hate me. Tell me which football team you like below. Leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Until next time, Joe at Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. See ya.